I have.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
because I have friends with diabetes who who go to keto diet with a lot of meat. Yeah. And I want nobody explained this better than you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So what we saw in this research study, and I'll send you some information on the cell research. And it's also in my webinar on diabetes. I have that webinar as well. So it's I explain the whole thing. So what happens is that we realize now that when we have oil in the diet and a high amount of fat in the diet, that fat, especially saturated and trans fats, those are the two long chain fatty acids that really cause a lot of problems. Those fats are unhealthy. And when they get inside the cell, they basically form that slick and prevent the cell from being able to breathe. It suffocates. It suffocates, and then it has all kinds of problems. Now, that being said, it leads to problems that become manifested in different ways. One of the ways can be eczema, seborrhea, psoriasis, dermatitis, all kinds of things can show up on the skin. So that's one of the things that can happen. Another source of saturated fat is dairy, which would include yogurt. Okay, it's very high in the saturated fat. So we want to be able to do is look at being able to move towards a much more pristine and exclusive whole food plant-based diet. I will send you some information on the skin and being able to improve skin health. There's many case studies that I'll share with you. Just absolutely amazing. It's brilliant to see because when people actually improve their diet that much more, the skin clears up. I mean, my skin, I'm totally blessed and grateful. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, I drink lots of water. I have
beautiful skin.
Thank you. I mean, I'm 64 years old, and everybody thinks, no.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't feel like it. But the thing is, it's really important to be able to realize the skin is an indicator light for many people. Sometimes it's joint pain, sometimes it's other blood pressure, sometimes it's other things. So it's really important to try to clean that up. So I would recommend that you really look at eliminating the oil. And I'm going to send you there. By the way, in the email that I sent to you, if you go through it, there is a lot of information that I provided, but there's a whole section on why no oil. And then there's also a section on how to actually prepare food without oil. So you can bake with it, you can stir fry without oil, you can bake without oil, you can do everything you've already been doing, but you can do it without oil. And there's lots of tricks. I'm not a chef, but I share the information of really good, knowledgeable people. And so there's lots of information on that. The yogurt is another major source of saturated fat. So that would contribute to the oil slicks on the inside. And what you may discover if you do this within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, I would imagine almost everybody that I have worked with, within 2 to 3 weeks, the skin becomes completely clear. And it's been wonderful. I had a young lady who was in my course, my group coaching program, and that was her problem. Beautiful young woman of Arabian descent, absolutely gorgeous, but she had this chronic acne. And I mean, she just it devastated her because she was ashamed, she was embarrassed and everything else. And so then she took my program and she said, oh my God, this is completely different from how I've been eating. I said, yes, I know. Because she was having a lot of oily foods, fried foods, dairy, yogurt, having a lot of that in her diet because she was having Middle Eastern food. And so she had a lot of that in her diet. And so then she said, okay, I'm going to do this. And she started doing it a little bit at a time. It got better. And then finally, went all the way, completely cleaned up her diet, no oil, no yogurt, no meat, no eggs, completely clean, just beans, rice, vegetables, and fruit. I mean, that's all she had. I'll send you her picture. In fact, I'll show it to you right now. She sent me a picture. She said, Ruben, I can't, I have to tell you. And she, let's see, but she is just, it's amazing. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And she's just, she's so happy. She's so happy. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. So.
Nice.
Yeah, this is her now. Radiant, beautiful skin. I mean, just absolutely amazing. I mean, that's her now. There's not one blemish on her skin whatsoever. And so she's just absolutely so thrilled, so happy. And the men can't stop asking her for dates. She's having to fight them off. But she's very happy. So the thing is, I know this works. Okay, so it absolutely does. So I'll send you.
I always hear comments on my life. Oh, so beautiful woman, but the skin.
I understand. I mean, I struggled with acne myself when I was young. And then when I started to change my diet, my skin cleared up. It was amazing. And so it really makes a difference. I will send you information on this. There's several bits of information I'll share with you. It'll be wonderful to do that. And then, you know, stress will affect your health. Absolutely. And if you have a poor diet and you have stress on top of it, yeah, that's not a good combination. So what we want to be able to do, the stress we can't always change, but we can absolutely control the diet. So that's what we want to be able to do. So I hope that's helpful for you. What else can I help you with? I'm going to say, by the way, I'll send an email to you. So I have your email. So I will send that to you.
Okay. You need my email?
No, I have it already.
You have. Okay,
I
good.
have your
good.
email already. So you're good. You're good.
I have sometimes a problem with arthritis, like arthritic pain. And this is also it was in my family.
Okay.
My whole family have this grandmother and aunts.
Okay.
And my both parents have cardiac problems, and both of them died when they was in 60s.
Okay. I have great news for you. I'm going to send you information on this as well. Same solution.
Yes, I think then everything is the same. I feel
same solution.
I feel, if not the skin, recently, I feel then I can live easy 120 years with, according to this, how I feel now and how much I'm happy in life and how much good I feel.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, it's the same solution. I mean, arthritis, how arthritis starts is when we have any of the saturated fats, oil and yogurt, those foods, even though everything, you're not having meat or dairy, but you have a little bit of dairy from the yogurt, and you're not having eggs, and you're not having, doesn't sound like you're doing a lot of processed foods other than the oil and the yogurt.
Yes. If I'm looking for people at work who eating, mac and cheese, I'm thinking,
I
yes,
I have to go away. Yes, I know.
I don't expect that in North America people can eat, things like this, and accountant, company accountant who have 100,000 per, a salary over per year, eating like this. Why?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So you have to take care of you. So what happens in arthritis is that when we have the oil and we have the yogurt, and some people, their gut, their intestines are much more sensitive than others. Everybody's a little different. So I would suspect for you that your intestines are very sensitive. Very sensitive.
Yes. My body naturally rejects meat and cheese and fat, too much fat, and salt. Just I never like. I was born like this.
Okay, got it. I understand. So what happens is that with the dairy and the oil, that causes the intestines to have a reaction to that food, and then the cells in the membrane of the intestines start to separate a little bit from each other. And what that allows, it allows for these foreign animal proteins to come through the intestinal membrane and then get into the bloodstream directly. The problem is this: these foreign proteins they're foreign to the human body. They're not our proteins, they're from somewhere else, especially cow proteins. So cow's proteins, but they're similar to some of our proteins. They're very close in structure. Now, our immune system, then what happens says, oh, we need to clear these foreign proteins out, but the thing is, they're very close to some of our own. So then they cause an inflammatory reaction. This is what we call a pro-inflammatory reaction. So when you get a cut, you get a bruise, you get an infection, you have what's called a pro-inflammatory response. That means your body's it's going to get red, you're going to have white cells coming in, you're going to kill off all the invaders. That is a pro-inflammatory response in your body. So now what happens is that if we have a pro-inflammatory response to these foreign amino acids, but they're very similar to some of our natural proteins, then we'll end up having an autoimmune inflammatory response. So we'll start to attack some of the joints proteins. So some of the cartilage, for instance. So we'll start to attack that, and it could be in the hands, could be in the knees, could be anywhere. So you have rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, so you have different kinds of arthritis. So it can be a particular place in the body. And so that's because of the dairy proteins breaking through and getting into the gut. So if you really clean out the oil, and by the way, the oil contributes to that separation. It does contribute to that. So if we clear out the oil and clear out the yogurt, I think your body's going to heal naturally. It'll get a lot better, and you may be absolutely shocked and surprised. It'll improve your arthritic pain, and it also will reduce the risk of any cardiac problem.
Then I should thank you, my skin, for letting me know then something is wrong, and I should eliminate 100% oil, eat olives, avocado instead, and I can show how strong I am.
Yes.
Because of you.
Yes. Well, you have to do the work.
Thank you.
So I will send you information on this so it's a common thing that I see very, very often. And it really is an easy fix. It's an easy fix, easy to repair. All you have to do is change what you eat. You don't have to take any pills. You don't have to go to a doctor and spend ridiculous amounts of money. You don't have to require any surgical procedures, no laser treatments. Don't need any of that. Okay, so all you have to do is change what you put in your mouth.
No putting money to big pharma, but to local farmers.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Now, where is Edmonton? I'm trying to remember. That's in.
This is more north part of center north of Alberta. This is the most north over 1 million people city in North America.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, over 1 million.
Yes.
Wow, that's a big city. I am going to be speaking in Canada in September in Kelowna.
In BC.
In BC, yes. Yes, so I'll be there. So I'm going to go there. I'm speaking to some executives about leadership. So I get to travel to Canada finally. So it's been a while. But I've been to, let's see, I've been to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. I've been to Quebec. No, I've not been to Quebec. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Toronto. I've been to Vancouver. And I've been to Vancouver Island. And I've been to Whistler, British Columbia. And so next will be Kelowna, British Columbia. So, but it's beautiful.
Oh yes, beautiful,
So
places,
beautiful.
yeah. Especially in summer, because in summer it's not too hot.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's very nice. Yeah, I went to Vancouver Island and Vancouver and Montreal. Let's see, yeah, I went there in the summer. It was gorgeous. Montreal, I went in the fall. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful city. Absolutely beautiful city.
Yes, yes. I was living in.
Yeah, Toronto as well.
I was living 20 years in Montreal. Really, it's beautiful city full of flowers. Yes.
Oh yes, it was gorgeous. I fell in love with the city. I studied French for 3 years and I hadn't practiced it. So it was nice to walk around and listen and hear it again. And it was just wonderful. I took a salsa lesson, salsa dancing. I've been a salsa dancer for many, many years. And so I always love to go and check out the salsa scene anywhere I go. So I went and I took a salsa lesson. The instructor did the lesson in French, and the instructor was from Guatemala. So I speak a little Spanish too. So we were able to connect. It was so much fun. It was just wonderful, just beautiful, beautiful experience. The one time I went to Niagara Falls, it was in the winter time. That was cold. It was very, very cold. Very, very cold. Yeah, but anyway, I'll send you information.
Maybe you can, yes, I'm thinking, just came to my mind. Maybe you can tell me what can be the good source of fat instead of oils.
Oh, good.
And how much fat we need general.
Yeah, very good question. Very good question. So there's been a lot of confusion about what fats we need, how much we need, what are good quality fats. So the thing about it is that there are many different kinds of fats. Fat is not just fat. So the best quality fats are going to be, for human beings, are the omega-3 fatty acids, not from fish, but from plant sources. So the best, now all plants have some. All plants have some omega-3 fatty acids, just so you know. So you never have to worry about it. However, for some people who have some kind of chronic condition, for you, I'm going to also recommend the smoothies. And I'll send you, in the email that I sent you, there's some information from Dr. Brooke Goldner. Now, she is fabulous. And I want you to check out all of those videos, because she explains how we can get the best source of omega-3 fatty acids from flax seeds and chia seeds. And the great thing to do is just put a little bit, you don't need much, but put a little bit into a smoothie, just a handful.
Yes, I am using flax seeds every day. I am putting on my meal. Yes.
Okay, good. Good. Very, very
Maybe
good.
I don't need any more fat.
Well, most people don't. Most people don't. I mean, unless you're so bony and so skinny, most people are not suffering from fat deficiency. All right. That really is not a problem for most people. So but if you get the flax seeds and you're eating vegetables and you're eating, have a little bit of avocado, have some olives. Okay. You have more than enough.
Yes,
You're
I
fine.
just
You
I
never
love broccoli.
broccoli's got
It's
broccoli
one of my favorite.
is one of my favorites too. It's great. So I
And
always have broccoli.
carrot is another one.
There
I
you
like.
go. There you go. Excellent.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower is very, very good. And so that's you're doing great there. So for you to get the good fats, I would say if you're getting flax seeds, great. And then we need to either chew them well, or we need to put them in a blender to break them up with water in them when we do that. And that's a good way to get the flax seeds and the omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-6 fatty acids, all plant foods have that. However, meat and dairy have omega-6 fatty acids that are inflammatory. So that's why we don't want to have them either. So that's another thing contributing to your dermatitis is the dairy proteins are concentrated and the fats are concentrated too. So there's a lot of omega-6 in the yogurt. So that's going to contribute to the inflammation. The omega-9 and the trans fats and the saturated fats are the worst. And those are the ones that cause the biggest problems, especially for cardiac health. So you're not really having too much, now the things that will have that will be oils. So the oils will have the omega-9s and the saturated fats in them. So you want to avoid those. So that's why it's important. So as long as you cut out the oils, you're great. You cut out the yogurt, you're fine. The rest of your diet is good. You're doing great there.
Perfect. Again, question about vitamin B6. B12, sorry. B12, because some people say then all vegans should take this as a supplement. Other people say then there are natural sources of these vitamins. What do you think?
Okay, very, very good. I'll send you some information on this, but vitamin B12 is a little bit different because it comes from bacteria that grow in the ground. Now, it used to be that our water supply had plenty of vitamin B12, but because we sanitize our vegetables and our water supply so much now, the vitamin B12 that we naturally get is very, very small for most people. Now, if you have well water, then you're going to be able to get vitamin B12, but in the city, not too much. Now, how do we get vitamin B12? Well, if you have a garden and you eat the vegetables and it's got a little bit of dirt on it, you're good. Otherwise, there's a couple other ways you can get it. One is if you have something that has been fortified with vitamin B12, such as nutritional yeast. A lot of times you can buy nutritional yeast and they add vitamin B12 to that. Another way to do it is to just get a supplement at the health food store. That's what I do. I get a supplement and it's just a chewable. I think mine is 1,500 micrograms. And I just take one a week because it stores in your liver. You don't need to take it every day. Just it stores. I take one a week. On Sundays, I take my vitamin B12. By one bottle, I'm good for over a year. So it's not that hard. It's not that hard. So that's all I do. I take one vitamin B12 chewable a week and no problems. In fact, I had my blood checked and my vitamin B12 levels are excellent. So no problem there. Yeah, so that's an important supplement. As in the email, I also talked about, I had some videos on what the doctors feel are the important supplements. If you live in a place that's fairly far north, like Edmonton, you may, and if you're inside a lot, you may want to supplement with vitamin D. All right, that's very important to be able to get because you don't naturally get a lot of sun because for you in the winter times, you don't have as much sunshine. So you have the days are much shorter than they are here for me in California. So
yes, but if this is sunny day, if it's cold and I have coat and hat, but I have face open and it's sunny day, I'm getting and I'm walking, I'm getting vitamin D or not?
Yes, you are. You will get your skin will stimulate the production of vitamin D. So that's fine. So you want to be able to get some sun. That's important to be able to do.
It's very sun.
We tell people we want them out walking. Okay, so because we want people to exercise.
Edmonton is very sunny place. Ever in winter, all year is a lot of sun.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So you want to be able to get that. Yeah, and then you get your omega-3s from your flax seeds and your chia seeds.
Yes.
That's what you need. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Fantastic.
But I'll send you information on the vitamin B12. So I'll send that to you as well. What else can I do to support you today?
I think you answered all my questions.
Well, good. I like being able to do that. Did you have fun with this?
Yes, I have fun, and I feel you make me feel stronger, younger, and powerful. What I wish to you too.
Very good, very good, very good. If you're interested and if you would like to work with me more, look at my programs or what I offer. So I have several things that I offer. I do my complete lifestyle medicine consultation, which is very in-depth. We kind of did a shortcut today, which was good. But my lifestyle medicine consultation, where I do a very deep dive into looking at everything, your family history, your history, everything else, and complete analysis, and then we build your program for you. I also have my group coaching program, which is wonderful. It's fabulous. It's so much fun. And you get to interact and build a community of other like-minded people, just like you, who want to follow a plant-based diet and be healthy and be fit for the rest of their lives. And it's wonderful to be able to have that community. I do one-on-one coaching with people. Those I usually say are for the ones who are really serious cases. Those are the ones that I work with people who have cancer, for instance. And one of my clients right now, he's heart disease, diabetes, prostate cancer, and now pancreatic cancer. And the doctors told him 20 months ago that he would live for 6 months. 20 months ago. So he's doing really well and he feels great. So, we can beat the odds for a little while longer. That would be great. We'll see how it goes.
Is this okay if I put this on YouTube, our appointment,
sure,
and send this to my my Facebook to show my friends how good doctor should look.
Well, I'm a different kind of doctor. I'm not an MD, okay, but I'm a different kind of doctor. In lifestyle medicine, the physicians are professionals. We're really doctors of health as opposed to doctors of medicine.
And
so
this should be.
And this should be like this. This is the future. This really is.
Yes, of course. Now people losing trust in medicine. We have free doctors in free healthcare in Canada, but nobody wants coming to this doctor now.
Right. I mean, the practice.
People searching for something better.
Yes, everybody is. And they've gone to alternative healthcare providers, but lifestyle medicine really was the foundation. It's teaching people how to live a healthy life so that their body can actually heal itself and take care of itself. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I don't claim to have control over the design of how we're designed. I simply understand it. Okay. I tell people if you have issues with your design, talk to the designer, not to me. But anyway,
yes,
check it out.
I have feeling that I'm grateful how God designed me. I don't want to only damage this by my bad behavior. This is all.
Yeah, I mean, what we do in lifestyle medicine is we look at the design of how we are and we don't go against it. We work with it.
Yes,
and we
exactly.
try to restore our body to optimal health. And it's a beautiful thing when we can do that. It really is. Really is. So anyway, yes, feel free to share this information. Feel free to share with your friends. And if anybody's interested, they can feel free to reach out to me anytime. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome. It's been delightful to spend this time with you. All right.
For me too. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.